Alright, this is not the sort of videos I normally upload. If y'all haven't seen my channel, you know I do tiny houses, and I'm doing a barn. I went to replace the coil. I'm doing a tune-up, plug wires, plugs, and all that stuff. And I looked at this bracket. Man, this bracket, you can pick the engine up off of this thing. I thought, that's unusually heavy for a bracket. There's got to be some reason GM did it. This is a 99 Suburban I took this off. I have an affinity for late 90s trucks and Suburbans. I'm going to keep mine. When the motor craps out, I'm going to buy a short block and rebuild it. Well, I pulled it off and started looking at something. Where's this heat sink? It bolted to the side, and that's where your ignition control module goes on top of this. Which is this. And I thought, well, with that heat sink, normally, and I've built computers and stuff, I thought normally when you have a heat sink, you've got heat sink paste. And I undid the screws. They'll snap off real easy. You're going to have to find you some little ones. I pulled that off, and there was heat sink paste on the back of this stuff, and it was dry as a bone, not doing its job. On the bottom of your ignition control module, same thing. It was dried and pasty. Now, if this thing gets so hot, they've got to put a heat sink on it like this. You've got to have fresh heat sink paste. I mean, it's just the way it is. Processors, when I used to build computers, get hot as hell, and this stuff is made to get hot. So underneath the car hood ain't going to hurt it a bit. So I went up my attic where I got all my crap stored, and I found my heat sink paste. Now this stuff here is the bomb. If you're going to do it, buy this brand here. It's really good stuff. Now I got some Cooler Master that I bought with a, it was a fan combination with a big old giant coil on it, kept it cool. And I found it. Thank God. I didn't, you know, buying this stuff around town, you know, Best Buy and Radio Shack, all they do is sell fucking phones. They're just ridiculous. So I thought, man, I'm going to have to order this on Amazon, wait a few days to get it before I put my Chevy back together, because I got half the plugs put in, half the wires. Gave up because it's getting dark. But if you're going to replace your coil, take the time, and if you're going to do it ahead of time, take the time to get some heat sink paste, because this thing requires it. And I'm glad I pulled that off and look at it. Now some alcohol, rubbing alcohol takes it off real good, and it cleans it up. So now I'm going to reseat this thing, and I'll have it ready tomorrow. So just a little thing. Like I said, I don't normally do stuff like this, but this is something I thought people needed to know. So, and as always, y'all have a good one.